are on 3-game winning streaks.
This Saturday the 10th, come dine with us at Queen of Angels. This Italian dinner will be filled with food and fun. This culinary delight will feature spaghetti and meatballs or sausage, fresh baked bread, a crisp green salad, and yummy ice cream for dessert. From 4 till 7 p.m. tomorrow night, stop on by the Queen of Angels gym for this free will donation dinner. Not feeling social? Takeout is available. Order at the door and take it home to the family. Tomorrow, Queen of Angels School Italian dinner from 4 till 7.
Newsradio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The top producer of internet routers and other hardware is reportedly gearing up for mass layoffs. Cisco Systems, according to Reuters, has not yet settled on a number, but the cuts could be in the thousands and could be announced as soon as next week. It seems inflation doesn't bother us as much when it's attached to a bag of chips. We've been paying more for snacks, drinks, and Quaker breakfast foods from PepsiCo and buying less of everything except snacks. Sales volume at Pepsi's Frito-Lay business grew last quarter after several quarters of price hikes. And cable TV providers hate the rise of streaming, and they're fighting back against a new service. The ACA Connects trade group is calling on antitrust authorities to probe the recently announced live sports streaming service planned by Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery. It reflects concerns the new service could siphon away sports fans from cable while boosting prices for programming as the streaming partners seek to outbid the likes of Amazon and YouTube. Erica Herskowitz, Bloomberg Radio.
Let's check the noontime roads and traffic next. Brought to you by Angela's Furniture and Leeds Farm Supply.
Warm up to winter savings with Stressless by Eckernes at Angela's Furniture. You'll get 10% off Stressless Furniture or $400 off Stressless Power Recliners from now through March 4th. Come by and ask one of our knowledgeable staff about Stressless. Whether this is your first Stressless purchase or whether you're a returning, happy customer, you'll always have the same great service and experience at Angela's Furniture. Stop by today and let us help you find the perfect Stressless piece. 1114 East 1st Street.
Bad Boy tractors are born from the legendary Bad Boy mowers. From 20 to 35 horsepower, subcompact to midsize, Bad Boy combines power, performance, comfort, and as always, build strength to deliver the workhorse dependability you need to get the job done and done right. Homeowner, landscaper, or rancher, there's a Bad Boy tractor for you to work with an attitude.
Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales is your Bad Boy tractor dealer in Sequim. Call 360-452-1400 to learn more.
Newsradio KONP. Traffic and roads.
Up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center we go. That's where Karen's standing by with an eye on the roads for us. Good afternoon, Karen.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I only have one real issue to report, and that'll be on Lincoln around 3rd Street. Our buses are not able to go into that bus stop, so watch them, and they will stop for you and let you on the bus. So make sure they can see you and know that you do want the bus. Otherwise, I haven't heard of any other problems or issues on our roadways in our area. The Hood Canal Bridge is open to vehicle traffic, and it does have a possible nighttime closure tonight at 10:28 p.m. because of due to the extreme low tides. The bridge may close to vehicle traffic for up to 2 hours to relieve pressure on the bridge. And travelers are encouraged to go early or late, and should the bridge need to close. With all of our Clallam Transit buses, they are on regular routes, and for ferry information, go to your Washington State DOT website for some real-time information. Everyone have an awesome day. This is Karen, live at Clallam Transit for KONP.
All right, thanks, Karen. We'll get another update from you about a half hour from now. Right now, out there, some partly cloudy skies. It's 43 in Port Townsend, out west at Forks, 45. Sequim at 44, 44 in downtown Port Angeles, and out at Fairchild Airport, it's 46 degrees now.
ABC Entertainment News.
Oh my God. Usher hopes to leave people saying OMG after they watch a Super Bowl halftime show. During an onstage interview in Las Vegas, he detailed how he narrowed down his deep catalog to pick the songs he'll perform.
What songs do I feel people know me for? What songs have been a celebration of all of the journey of what life and love and emotion has been offered in my music.
He also hinted at special guests, but didn't give names. Expect a soft Super Bowl weekend at the box office. The horror rom-com Lisa Frankenstein should top the new releases.
Your daughter is a little psycho.
Catherine Newton stars in the title role as a teen in love with a corpse. It's the directorial debut of Zelda Williams, daughter of Robin Williams. It'll compete with last week's champ Argyle for the #1 spot overall, but both are expected to bring in well under $10 million.
And it's too late.
And legendary singer-songwriter Carole King is 82 today. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
On the last season of my podcast, Chasing Life, we took a close look at the different states of the brain. In an episode about the menopausal brain, Lisa Mosconi, an associate professor of neuroscience and the director of the Women's Brain Initiative at Weill Cornell Medicine, told me this. Menopause is the third of the 3 Ps. These 3 phases that the female brain goes through in life: puberty, pregnancy, and perimenopause. They are seen very different culturally and in society, but from a neurological perspective, they have a lot in common. Mosconi also told me the 5 things you can do to make menopause easier. Don't smoke, get plenty of exercise, eat right, prioritize sleep. Also talk to your doctor about HRT. Studies do show that it can be really effective for some women. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
This year, Dell Technologies wants to help you do amazing things with their best tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2. Have a plan to get there. Step 3. Make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all 3 with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart, and this is One Moment in America. As we now step into the new year, as we seek to do the right things, be the right person, how can we succeed? I'll give you that answer after this important message. If you've been hearing my radio programs now for the last 20 years, you know that I've been telling the true stories of those who have followed God's ways to make America the greatest nation in the world. So what's the latest? Well, we're now doing this nation-saving work full-time, and we need your help by becoming one of our ambassadors, subscribing to All We Have for just $5.95 per month. To get what? Number 1, full access to our amazing website that is full of over 100 true stories to teach us with these stories how America is to act and operate. We also have lessons for all ages to teach us what we must do now. And our children, they will be our nation's leaders very soon. I will have live presentations online for you to hear, maybe even to participate. And when must this all get started? Now. Call our offices today at 817-995-6965 or go to our website at www.jerrystewartusa.com and email our office. God bless you. The story is told of an old Cherokee chief speaking with his grandson about the battle going on inside us all. He said, the battle inside us is like 2 wolves. One is evil. It's angry and envious and jealous, greedy, arrogant, a liar full of false pride and an inflated ego. The other wolf is good. It is joyful, peaceful, loving, humble, kind, benevolent, generous, truthful, full of compassion and faith and love. But the grandson asked, oh so carefully, of these 2 wolves inside of us, which wolf wins? The grandfather's reply, the one you feed the most. Which one are you feeding? I'm Jerry Stewart, and that was One Moment in America.
For the Washington State News Network, I'm Rob Francis. A bill from Centralia Senator John Braun expanding a victim's right to be informed of the trial and sentencing hearing of the offender and allow them to present a statement at sentencing passed the Senate and heads to the House.
I think this is a very important bill given the challenges we have faced across our state over recent years with rises in crime, that we take time to make sure the victims of that crime have access to certain rights and certain protections.
The measure also requires that victims' safety be more of a factor in the consideration of bail and that victims and their survivors are told about where the offender is incarcerated and their release date. A man was shot by police in Snohomish County during a domestic violence call at an apartment complex in Bothell. Police say a 29-year-old man was holding a 56-year-old woman and a child against their will inside the dwelling. Upon gaining entrance, deputies tried using a taser before the man allegedly charged, prompting one of the deputies to open fire. Police say the man is expected to survive. And a federal grand jury has indicted 2 people for COVID relief fraud. Antonio Crawford of Meade faces 30 counts of wire fraud, bank fraud, and false claims for allegedly taking out fraudulent loans. Cheryl Oberg of Spokane was alleged to have received $150,000 from an economic injury disaster loan based on a fraudulent application. Washington's COVID-19 strike force is charged with investigating fraudulent claims. For more on these stories and others, download the WSNN mobile app or visit our website, WashingtonStateNews.net.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. GOP Senator Dan Sullivan of Alaska says Republicans should rally around the Ukraine supplemental aid bill, partly because of the many dangers facing the U.S. at the present time.
Authoritarians are on the march. They're all working together. Xi Jinping, Putin, the Ayatollahs in Iran, Kim Jong-un. They're all working together. This is like 1930s danger in terms of what we're seeing internationally.
Sullivan tells the Salem Radio Network the bill would also revive U.S. military-industrial capacity, something he says has been allowed to atrophy to dangerously low levels. Also at townhall.com, President Biden pushing back at that special counsel's report that questioned his memory. White House correspondent Greg Cluxton reports.
In the special counsel's report, Mr. Biden was described as an elderly man with poor memory. At an evening press conference, he responded angrily to questions about his mental fitness.
My memory is fine.
Reporters then peppered him with questions about his age and fitness for office. He dismissed those concerns as reporters' opinions. The president also denied sharing classified information. Greg Clugston, Washington.
In consumer news, more foods are being recalled in the wake of a deadly outbreak of Listeria food poisoning. And they include things that may be part of Super Bowl Sunday party menus. 7-layer bean dip, chicken enchiladas, cilantro salad dressing, and taco kits that are sold at Costco, Trader Joe's, and Albertsons. Part of the growing recalls of products made by Rizzo Lopez Foods out of Modesto, California. On Wall Street, stocks have been mixed. The Dow is 44 points in the red, but the NASDAQ is up 193 points. More at townhall.com.
The new FedNow system is paving the way for the digital dollar. It grants the government unprecedented access to your financial transactions. This isn't just an invasion of privacy. It's a direct assault on your liberty and hard-earned money. It's another reason why I recommend physical gold IRAs from the Birch Gold Group. I'm Lance Wallnow. I'm a news analyst and a podcaster with nearly 25 million downloads to people just like you who cherish their financial independence. A precious metals IRA can help you avoid the scrutiny of Big Brother while also preserving your retirement savings through almost anything, including economic crashes, political instability, and even hyperinflation. To find out more, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word FAITH to 989898. Birch Gold Group is the only gold company I trust. Get their free info kit and see how a gold IRA can help you. Text FAITH to 989898. Remember, there's no strings attached. Text FAITH to the number 989898 right now, and I pray you're blessed with continued prosperity.
The Attorney General for Kansas telling public schools that they must out transgender students to their parents.
Attorney General Chris Kobach says public schools in Kansas are required to tell parents that their children are transgender or non-binary, even if the student has not come out at home. Kansas is not among the states with a law that explicitly says to do that. Failing to disclose when a child is socially transitioning or identifying as non-binary at school violates a parent's rights. And he sent letters in December to 6 school districts and the State Association for Local School Board Members, then followed up with a public statement on Thursday. I'm Donna Warder.
California would ban all plastic shopping bags in 2026 under a new bill announced in the state legislature. 12 states, including California, already have some type of statewide plastic bag in place. Breaking news at townhall.com. An Oklahoma judge who sent more than 500 texts to her bailiff during a murder trial will resign. In a settlement agreement filed with the Oklahoma Court on the Judiciary, District Judge Tracy Soderstrom agreed to resign and never again seek a judicial office in Oklahoma. Sheriff's deputies in Florida corralling a wayward kangaroo.
It was spotted hopping around in the pool area of a Florida apartment complex. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office released video and still photos Thursday of the kangaroo, including some footage shot from a helicopter. The agency also released audio of a female resident of the complex calling in to report seeing a large kangaroo bounding around the pool. Deputies were able to figure out the animal's owner and reunite them, the agency said in a Facebook post. No injuries to the kangaroo or any people were reported. Keith Peters reporting.
More on these stories at townhall.com. I'm John Scott.
This is the Newsradio KONP Noon Report.
Hal North live from the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Friday, February 9th. The city of Port Angeles will start taking out trees in the downtown and replacing them with some different ones. It's part of a larger plan to remove problem and dying trees and also repair the brick pavers that make up the sidewalks downtown.
Replacing street trees, but also brick pavers. And so you've probably seen over the years, we've had a number of areas where the brick pavers have subsided, and ultimately there's some pooling of water in some of those locations during rainfall, and we're replacing some of those areas, which to me is extremely important to create that vibrant pedestrian activity we want to see in the downtown. So getting the pavers done, ensuring we're removing trip hazards, redoing some of those tree wells and the tree grates.
City Manager Nathan West there says not all of the trees will be replaced, though, but a good portion in the greater downtown area will be subject to the project that should be underway sometime this spring.
Many of those, particularly the tree has grown into those grates, keeping them in place, so it's hard to get the trash, weeds, and other debris out of them. And I think that'll be a really big step, both for one, ensuring that we're planting the right species of tree, but also getting a better system for stormwater in the downtown, knowing that the trees are put in place in a bit of a stormwater containment device. And so it's not just as simple as going and planting trees. We're doing it in a way that it can sustain and keep the sidewalks without maintenance issues into the future.
City will pay about $396,000 in the project. Squim's police chief is stepping down. Sherry Crane says she's retiring the first of next month. The city now naming Deputy Police Chief Mike Hill to take over. He'll join the Squim PD in 1998 as a reserve officer. He was hired full-time in 2001, and during his time with the department, he served as a field training officer, a canine officer, a firearms instructor, a defensive tactics instructor as well. Hill was a patrol officer, a patrol sergeant, and detective sergeant before he was promoted to deputy chief in 2021. Clallam County Sheriff's Office has a new second-in-command, but it's a familiar face to many in and outside of the department. Sheriff Brian King appointing Lorraine Shore to be Clallam County's next undersheriff and director of emergency management. Shore started her career in law enforcement in 1992 with the Anchorage Police Department, where she worked in nearly all parts of that department in patrol and as a detective. In 2008, she and her husband Howard retired from Anchorage and moved to Squim. Clallam County Sheriff Bill Benedict hired her as the office's community policing coordinator. She then moved into the role of administrative manager and has led the department's accreditation process as well. She takes over for longtime Undersheriff Ron Cameron, who retired late last year. In other news, a Port Angeles man arrested on Edis Hook for violating a court order and drug crimes. Yesterday morning, the Clallam County Sheriff's Office issued probable cause to arrest 46-year-old Eric Fryer of Port Angeles for 2 counts of violation of a court order. OpNet detectives acting on intelligence found Fryer in his vehicle near the end of Edis Hook. Detectives coordinated with PA police and deputies and arrested Fryer without incident. They saw drugs and associated paraphernalia in a vehicle. A search found about 64 grams of fentanyl in chalk, powder, and pill form, as well as some other drugs and packaging materials. Fryer was booked into the Clallam County Jail for 2 counts of violation of a court order and possession of a controlled substance with the intent to deliver. Help could be on the way for Washingtonians confused about how to make their homes and businesses as energy efficient as possible. Dan Frizzell has more on that.
Washingtonians looking to electrify, decarbonize, or improve their home or business's energy efficiency have a lot of options. Federal and state governments, energy utilities, and many cities all offer incentive programs. Legislation okayed in the State House Thursday is designed to help people cut through the confusion and identify the options that are best for them. Representative Alex Rammel sponsored that bill.
The idea behind the Energy Upgrade Navigator is to make it as easy as possible for folks to do these energy upgrade improvements on their home and on their small business, so that we can reduce carbon, but also so that we can improve energy reliability of our electric grid and bring down consumers' electricity and energy costs.
Rammel from the 40th Legislative District in far northwest Washington serves as Democratic whip in the House. His bill was transmitted to the Senate for study and a potential floor vote before the legislature adjourns next month. In Olympia, Dan Frizzell.
Meantime, the State House has adopted legislation making money management a high school graduation requirement. Nick Scott tells us more about that.
Representative Skylar Root of Walla Walla, ranking Republican on the House Education Committee, gained bipartisan support for the legislation to include financial education as a graduation requirement for high school students. Root shared on the House floor what a required course in money management may look like.
Methods of interest calculation affect borrowing costs, decide the most effective loan options for paying for a car, illustrate the total cost of reducing a credit card balance to zero with minimum payments versus above minimum payments.
Root said development of curriculum and the new graduation requirement was a team effort involving education professionals and community members.
It is my belief that this is a really great way for us to equip our graduating students to be successful in their personal lives and their careers.
Root's bill requires school districts to provide high school students with access to financial education instruction beginning in or before the 2027-28 school year. The bill now heads to the Senate for further consideration. Nick Scott, the state capitol.
This is Newsradio KONP.
End-of-life decisions are hard. Be it pre-planning or sudden loss, you need to have an advocate in your corner, which is why I wholeheartedly recommend Drennan & Ford Funeral Home and Crematory in Port Angeles, the only locally owned funeral home and crematory in Clallam County. Their expertise ensures a smooth process, so you can focus on healing and being with your loved ones. Their help through the darkest time in my life will forever stay with me. Call 360-457-1210.
When shopping for building supplies, lumber, home goods, or hardware items, are you traveling to one of those big box stores? When you wander those big box store aisles, how's that customer service? Absent? Possibly lacking in knowledge?
I don't know.
At Angelus Millwork and Hartnagel's, we have 2 convenient Port Angeles locations, and each one is far from the big box store experience. Yay! Since our stores are employee-owned, each one of us has a vested interest in how we serve and treat our customers. You won't find us hiding in the back aisle or turning the other way when you make eye contact for help.
They can't see me if I can't see them.
We're excited to share our day with you while making sure we set the bar high for what true customer service is all about. So if you're looking for a hometown building supply store that treats their customers like next-door neighbors, has deep knowledge on building products while continually supporting the local community, then avoid those trips out of town and come see us today. Angelus Millwork and Hartnagel Building Supply. Building homes, building community since 1906.
From the Kiwanis Club of Port Angeles, a heartfelt thank you to our local businesses for their generous support of our signature projects. For over 100 years, Kiwanis Club members continue to be committed to the youth of our area. Each year, we present scholarships to local graduates, hold Kids Fest each spring, and committed to many other youth services, including the Port Angeles High School Key Club.
Together with local businesses, Kiwanis has formed a partnership program through which our club receives contributions that allow us to fulfill our youth service goals. Without the help of sponsoring businesses, the Kiwanis Club of Port Angeles would not be able to achieve our service goals.
So we take this moment to thank these local businesses for participating. Angelus Millwork, Hartnagel Building Supply, Drennan Ford, State Farm Steve Methner, Kitsap Bank, Pacific Office Equipment, Wilder Auto, and your friends here at Radio Pacific.
Weather forecast calls for clouds increasing today with highs in the 40s this afternoon. Mostly cloudy, slight chance of rain late tonight. Lows will be in the 30s. Then tomorrow, partly sunny. Maybe a little bit of rain late in the afternoon. Highs will be in the 40s. Cloudy on Saturday night with a chance of rain through the evening and a low near 40. Cloudy and rainy at times through Sunday. Look for your rainfall amounts to be about less than 1/10 of an inch, so nothing real significant. Your highs Sunday should be mid-40s to low 50s. Sunday night, more clouds, more rain, lows in the mid to upper 30s. Partly sunny for Monday with a slight chance of rain in the morning, then again in the afternoon, highs in the mid to upper 40s. Tuesday next week's looking partly sunny with a slight chance of rain, highs in the mid-40s. Cloudy on Wednesday and some rain with highs in the mid-40s. And Thursday next week looking mostly cloudy with rain and highs in the mid to upper 40s. Cloudy conditions at night through the rest of next week, it looks like, with your lows overnight in the low to mid-30s the next few days. Currently in Sequim, we have 44 degrees. Downtown Port Angeles checking in at 45, and out at Fairchild Airport in PA, it's 46.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody! This is Dale from Wilder Auto, and don't you just love February? It's a great time for lovers, but it's also a great time to be in the market for a used car. With all the end-of-year new car deals came tons of great trade-ins. If you're in the market for a newer used car, truck, SUV, or van, then now's the time. We'd love a chance to earn your business, and with our acres of new and used inventory, I hope you'll find in your heart to stop by or check us out 24/7 at wilderauto.com.
The health and strength of a business economy can be measured by the effectiveness of its local Chamber of Commerce. Here on the North Olympic Peninsula, more than 420 business owners join the Port Angeles Chamber of Commerce to support each other and help maintain a strong and resilient network.
Your local chamber works hard every day on projects, initiatives, and advocacy to support our local economy, local business growth, and community pride. We produce events and programs that support the community, including the annual Community Awards, the Clallam Opportunity Investment Network, the Port Angeles Maritime Festival, Clallam County Job Fairs, the 4th of July Celebration and Parade, Ride the Hurricane, the Winter Ice Village, and many other programs.
If you own a business and you're not already a member of the Chamber, consider supporting the economic community that supports your business by joining the Port Angeles Chamber of Commerce.
Joining is relatively easy, inexpensive, and your membership does make a difference.
Learn more on our website, portangeles.org.
That's portangeles.org.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
It's hard to believe Christmas was a month ago, but did you ever wonder what happened to all those gifts you returned?
Here's a surprise. A lot of them don't make it back to store shelves. In fact, about 6 billion pounds of returned gifts end up in a landfill each year. But there are alternatives. Today, more and more of these returned gifts and other discarded trash are finding a second life. Tequila Smith heads up sustainability for Covanta, one of the key players making a difference.
We've set a goal that by 2030, none of the waste we process will end up in a landfill. In fact, every day we're helping many of the largest brands, including large retailers, move closer to zero landfill status.
In 2023, Covanta diverted more than 21 million tons of waste from landfills and found ways to recycle more than 1 million tons of waste. So if you haven't returned that unwanted gift yet, maybe you want to make a New Year's resolution to recycle.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Check on the weather check on the business. Boy, we did weather already. Yeah, good thing it's Friday, right? Is next.
Radio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Just minutes ago, ahead of Wall Street's closing bell, and after another read today showing inflation continued to ease over the last year, stocks are on track to end mixed, but mostly higher and higher for the week, with the broader S&P 500 index above 5,000, expected to close at another all-time high. Right now, the Dow's down by about 0.5%. The tech-heavy NASDAQ up more than 1%. The S&P up 0.5%. There are some big decliners, though, like shares of the kids' clothing retailer Children's Place, down 37% after a dismal earnings report for last quarter. Expedia shares down 18%. There were fewer bookings than forecast. And shares of Pinterest down almost 10% after an earnings miss last quarter on sluggish ad sales. And more than 16 million Americans were expected to come down with the Super Bowl flu on Monday and call out sick after Sunday night's big game. That's from the HR firm UKG. Already, 10 million workers have requested the day off. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Let's get a last check of the noontime road and traffic next. Brought to you by Olympic Medical Center and McCrory Carpet One.
Great news for Sequim residents. The Olympic Medical Center walk-in clinic in Sequim is once again open 5 days a week. Thanks to the addition of 2 new full-time providers, OMC is expanding our same-day primary care walk-in service in Sequim to Monday through Friday. Visit the Sequim Walk-In Clinic at 840 North 5th Avenue, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for same-day primary care you can trust. Learn more at olympicmedical.org/walk-in clinic.
At McCrory Carpet One, they know how important it is to feel confident in your flooring selection. You want to know it's going to look exactly the way you want it once it's installed in your home. That's why they offer their one-of-a-kind guarantee, making sure you're 100% happy that the floor you've created together is as beautiful as the one in your dreams. If not, they'll replace it for free. That's what they call the Beautiful Guarantee. Peace of mind is yours with every installation. Always priced right, always done right. McCrory Carpet One.
News Radio KONP. Traffic and roads.
All right, up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center we go one last time. That's what Karen's standing by with an eye on the roads for us. Good afternoon, Karen.
Good afternoon. Yeah, the only thing I have to report is that there was work going on there on Lincoln around 3rd Street in front of the courthouse, so that our bus was able to pull in the bus stop. So make sure if you do need it in that area that you let the bus driver know that you do need the bus. He'll stop and let you on. The Hood Canal Bridge is open, all vehicle traffic at this time, and there is a possibility of closure if the extreme low tide is forecasted. And so during the extreme low tide, the bridge may close to vehicle traffic for up to 2 hours to relieve the pressure on the bridge. Travelers are encouraged to go early or late, and should the bridge need to close, okay? And then all of our Clallam Transit buses, they're on their regular routes. And for ferry information, go to your Washington State DOT website for real-time info. This is Karen, live at Clallam Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Karen. Coming up next hour on the Girl Friday show. I'll be filling in for one of the girls, so it's a girl and a boy Friday show. Anyway, it's going to be all about pizza, among other things, and we're going to give you a chance at winning some free pizzas. But you got to put your thinking cap on. So that'll be next hour. Do join us here on KONP for the Girl Friday show next hour. Well, we are now just 2 days away from the big day in Las Vegas, and if you haven't been paying attention this football season but want to sound smart at your Super Bowl party, ABC's Danny New is here to help you out.
On Sunday, could we officially have our next football dynasty? Is Patrick Mahomes coming for Tom Brady's 6 Super Bowls? Well, if he wins this weekend, Mahomes would be halfway there, and the Chiefs would be the first back-to-back Super Bowl champs since Tom Terrific and the Pats almost 2 decades ago. If the 49ers triumph on Sunday, San Fran would now be tied for the most Super Bowl titles ever with 6.
And before it all gets going, Reba McEntire will be singing the Star-Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl, number 58, by the way, in Las Vegas. Even though she's been singing the national anthem in a professional capacity for 50 years now, the legend's still doing her homework. At the Super Bowl press conference yesterday in Las Vegas, Reba said,
I prepare by being prepared. I've been singing the national anthem in the shower, when we get in the car. Rex, my boyfriend, is a huge football fan, played all sports when he was going to school. And so he'll say, okay, sing it one more time. I said, I think I know the words real good right now, so I'm all right. But just to be prepared and know that everybody's going to be singing it with me, that helps. You know, if I know if they're singing along and they're remembering and having fun too, that's easier on me. But just to be prepared when you walk out there.
For decades, the cell phone industry has said the level of radiation coming from your phone cannot harm you. Still, we should all play it safe. Here's how. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by SimpliSafe. Save 20% on a new SimpliSafe system with a Fast Protect plan at simplysafekim.com. The first thing to know is that some cell phones emit higher levels of RF radiation than others. The biggest offenders include the Motorola Edge, Google's older Pixel phones, and Sony Xperia. The lowest ones are Samsung's Galaxy phones and LG's G7 Thin Q. All of Apple's iPhones fall in the exact middle. Now about playing it safe. Never carry on a conversation with your phone placed directly on your ear. Use a speakerphone or earbuds. Keep the phone away from your body as much as possible. It is transmitting even when you're not talking or texting. And remember, for every study showing that your phone is perfectly safe, there's another one about the impacts of even low-level radiation on the body. Join 500,000 folks and get my free newsletter. Sign up at getkim.com. When hiring for a small business, you want quality professionals who are right for the role and your team. That's why I use LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs has the tools to find the right people for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn is not just another job board. You get access to LinkedIn's vast network of more than 1 billion professionals, many of whom you won't find anywhere else. That's why it's simply the best place to hire. LinkedIn does all that while making the process simple and intuitive. Hiring is easy when you have that many quality candidates. In fact, 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. LinkedIn knows that as a small business, you might not have the time or resources to spend on hiring. That's why LinkedIn is constantly finding ways to make it simpler, like the new feature to help write job descriptions. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim to post your job for free.
Having a pet at home may actually help protect against some types of food allergies. We'll talk more after this.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
$3,000 to fix my transmission?
$5,000 to replace the engine?
You can't avoid breakdowns, but with Coverage X, no more ridiculous repair bills. Transmission, engine, electronics, Coverage X's vehicle protection plan has you covered with budget-friendly, flexible month-to-month plans. Call 800-875-9695 or CoverageX.com. With Coverage X, unavoidable, unaffordable car repair bills are covered. Visit CoverageX.com or 800-875-9695. 800-875-9695.
It turns out that children may benefit from pets in more ways than previously thought. A recent study found that kids that grow up with a dog may actually have a lower risk of egg, milk, and nut allergies. Those with a cat had a lower risk of egg, wheat, and soybean allergies. When they looked at hamsters, they actually found a higher risk of some type of food allergies. We don't fully understand why people develop food allergies at different ages, but we believe that there is both a genetic and an environmental component. Since we can't control our genes, environment and behavior are getting a lot of attention now. And since cats and dogs have other benefits as well, perhaps it's time to visit your local animal shelter. With Your Body, I'm ABC's Dr. Jennifer Ashton.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I pushed through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
We're the talk of the peninsula. Newsradio KONP, Port Angeles Squim, FM 101.7 and 101.3, a Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The White House announcing President Biden will name a task force to protect classified material during transitions. It follows the special counsel's report that found the president willfully retained classified documents after he left office. The special counsel said there was not enough evidence to charge Biden, but also cited his poor memory and age in the report. His administration now pushing back on those claims.
Vice President Harris, a former prosecutor, strongly criticized the report from special counsel Robert Hur.
The comments that were made by that prosecutor, gratuitous, inaccurate, and inappropriate.
The report described the president's recollection as painfully slow and his memory hazy.
The way that the president's demeanor in that report was characterized could not be more wrong on the facts and clearly politically motivated.
Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Israel's prime minister ordering evacuation plans in Rafah, Gaza's last haven for Palestinians near Egypt's border. It follows this week's visit by Secretary of State Antony Blinken and failed efforts to secure a ceasefire and hostage release deal.
The Biden administration this week leveling its sharpest criticism against Israel since its war on Hamas began. From Tel Aviv, Secretary of State Antony Blinken called civilian deaths in Gaza still, quote, too high, the entry of humanitarian aid insufficient, and warned dehumanizing Gazans cannot be justified by the horrors of October 7th. The reprimands culminating in President Biden's remark that Israel's response in Gaza is, quote, over the top. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
New York police say a teen suspect wanted in connection with the Times Square shooting last night has been captured by U.S. Marshals just north of the city. NYPD says the teen is a migrant who arrived to the city last fall, suspected of shoplifting in the area. You're listening to ABC News.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
There is still time to place your bets on before San Francisco and Kansas City face off on the field at Sunday's Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
According to the American Gambling Association, a record 67.8 million people are expected to bet on this year's game, wagering a total of more than $23 billion. Popular wagers always include the color of the Gatorade bath for the winning coach, whether the coin toss will be heads or tails, and the length of the national anthem.
ABC's Danny New. American fraud losses reached an all-time high of more than $10 billion. To fraud last year, up 14% from the year before. That, according to the Federal Trade Commission. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has more.
Americans lost another $2.7 billion to imposter scams. This is when scammers pretend to be a business or a person that you trust, and then they convince you to send them money. The way that people are lured into these schemes is also changing. For the first time ever, email was the most common method, followed by phone calls and then texts. A telltale sign it's a scammer, and it's so important to know they will put pressure on you to act fast. So always take a minute to stop and think, hang up the phone, or better yet, don't even answer it in the first place.
Authorities in Jacksonville, Florida, arrested an 11-year-old who brought a loaded 9mm handgun to school this week. The child's teacher was tipped off that he was showing off the firearm and saying he wanted to kill another student. The arrest report says the boy's mother may have known. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is Jonathan Pasternak, Artistic Director of the Port Angeles Symphony. Join me on Saturday, February 17th for an evening of musical excitement and passion, just in time for Valentine's Day weekend. Come experience the thrill of a full symphony orchestra performing live in concert in the outstanding acoustics of the Port Angeles High School Performing Arts Center. The program on February 17th will feature cello virtuoso Julian Schwartz playing the romantic Concerto in G minor by American composer Arthur Foote. You'll also hear Antonin Dvorak's dramatic Othello Overture and Felix Mendelssohn's timeless masterpiece, The Scottish Symphony. Tickets are available at portangelessymphony.org, in person at Port Book and News, and at the door on concert night. See you at the Symphony.
KONP News brought to you by RE/MAX Evergreen Real Estate. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. 457-6600. Squim's police chief stepping down. Sherry Crane says she will retire the 1st of next month, so the city has now named Deputy Police Chief Mike Hill to take over. He'll join the Sequim Police Department in 1998 as a reserve police officer. He was hired full-time in 2001. During his time with the department, he served as a field training officer, a canine officer, firearms instructor, a defensive tactics instructor as well. He was a patrol officer, a patrol sergeant, and detective sergeant before being promoted to deputy chief in 2021.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Highs level off around 48 this afternoon. Under overcast skies, winds out of the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. 38 tonight, cloudy skies expected. Overcast tomorrow. Slight chance for isolated showers. High temperatures reach up to 47. Isolated rain showers likely Sunday and Monday with highs in the upper 40s. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently 46.
Welcome to the Girl Friday Show. It is actually the Girl plus a Guy Friday Show.
Yes.
I love these. I'm Stephanie, and we have the lovely Todd Ortloff filling in for Amanda Bacon.
Trying to be as feminine as I can.
I know. That's why I called you lovely.
I know.
I liked it. Well, and we have Valentine's Day coming up, so it just worked.
Yep.
So welcome to the show. Amanda will be back next week, correct? Do we know that for sure?
Well, that's the plan.
Is it confirmed?
When we see her, it'll be confirmed.
I think she was getting on a plane today, so let's hope that she actually. Let's hope she made it. But for now, you've got Todd and I, and thanks for filling in.
Oh yeah,
I really appreciate. Because if I miss the Friday show, I feel like something's missing in my week. And sometimes when you're not here and it's just me, well, I can't run that thing over there.
Oh,
Nobody trusts me to do that, so thank you for doing that. The Friday show is brought to you each and every week by our good friends at Cocopelli Grill and Hook and Line Pub right in downtown Port Angeles. So thanks to Chef Michael and the team for being a part of the Girl Friday show for so very long now. Did touch base with him. He will be able to talk to us here in just a little bit.
Okay.
So he can kind of update us. They have now reopened. So that whole month-long closure.
They're all clean and spiffed up and ready to go.
Sparkly and shiny. And of course, Hook and Line has been open next door for a little longer. They got theirs done before, and they're both back in action. So we'll chat with him. And thank you to our co-sponsor of the Girl Friday show, Fogtown Coffee, which we both have our drinks. We have some Valentine's Day themed drinks to talk about. They still have their Willy Wonka specials going. But this next week, they'll have Valentine's Day specials. And thanks to Rose and the crew, and we'll talk about what we've got here in just a little bit.
Okay.
That's it.
So do we dive in? Do you want to do events thing?
We can dive in because here's the thing, people. It is National Pizza Day. So we have a real treat for everybody. We're going to be giving away some free pizzas courtesy of Pizza Hut. So we'll be doing that we'll start out the gate with that in a minute, but let's do some events first, and then we'll get into the Pizza Day.
And now, things to do and see, live from the studio at KONP.
Okay, first on my list tonight is a Port Angeles Fine Arts Center event. Strong Together is an artist book collaborative opening reception tonight from 5:30 to 7. It is free. Free is always the best price. You can join them for the opening reception of their first exhibition in 2024. See the artwork for the first time, learn about the themes and collaborations, and meet the artists. Again, it's free. Artists have interweaved the common threads discovered through conversations with each other, with their audience, with the universe, into mixed media collaborative bookworks. So this will be very interesting. Again, the opening reception is tonight from 5:30 to 7 at the Port Angeles Fine Arts Center. If you're into some music tonight, you can go see the Mark Enzi Band. That's from 6:30 to 9 at the Eagles Club in Port Angeles. Eagles Club, Mark Enzi, and they have some great snacks and drinks there. Snacky Bits, I think is what Amanda likes to call them. So you can get on over there and see that band from 6:30 to 9:30. Another thing tonight, which I remind you about every week, is Board Games and Bites. This is every Friday night from 8 to 11 at the Old Mill Cafe in Carlsberg. And you can go and have fun after hours with appetizers and drink specials. Grab your friends and have a little party out there. They have over 50 different board games and drink specials, little bit of food going on. So grab the friends and take them out there for that. Right out at Seven Cedars in the Bears Bourbon Bar, you've got live music on Fridays and Saturdays. And tonight, this is from 7 to 9. Tonight, you've got the Free Rangers playing in the Bears Bourbon Bar. And tomorrow night, you have our friends from Bread and Gravy. I love those guys.
They're actually going to be over at Club 7.
Club 7. Yeah. So they're in the a little bit bigger venue tomorrow night. And then the Free Rangers are in the Bourbon Bar tonight. Saturday, we've got the Squim Friends of the Library. The Rock Plaza location will have the book sale happening from 10 to 3. The Annex area opens at 9. Of interest this month are Valentine's-themed book, British royalty, women's studies, older climbing books, young adults, DVDs, all kinds of great stuff. So go support your friends of the Squim Library from 10 to 3 out at Rock Plaza tomorrow. The Italian dinner at Queen of Angels School. This is happening tomorrow night from 4 to 7. This sounds so good, and I just ate. It even sounds good. Spaghetti with meatballs or sausage, fresh baked bread, which you cannot have spaghetti without bread. Do you ever eat spaghetti without bread?
Yeah, but
when you're on a diet.
But it's not to my liking.
Yeah, rarely.
Right.
Yeah, it's something you kind of have to have. So you've got the spaghetti, fresh baked bread, green salad, and ice cream for dessert. The great thing is that if you're not feeling super sociable, you can do takeout. You just walk up to the door and take it to go. You don't have to call it in or anything. You don't have to step foot through. And this is a free will donation dinner. So it's for a great cause. We love our friends at Queen of Angels School. So go give them a little donation tomorrow night from 4 to 7 and get a great dinner in return. This is happening not tonight, but tomorrow. I mentioned at the Eagles there was a band tonight. Tomorrow night they're having an event with Jimmy Hoffman. So you got some great music there. The benefit is in memory of Cindy Hoffman for the SQUIMS Cancer Center's Navigator. This is happening 6:30 to 9:30. This is a Cindy Hoffman benefit with the Jimmy Hoffman Band. They'll have a 50-50 draw. Eagles will match up to $500 from the door. $8 members, $10 for non-members. They really appreciate that. And then they will also have on the 11th, which is Super Bowl Sunday, a potluck paddle wheel, a 50-50 drawing at 3 o'clock. So you can get on out there to watch the Super Bowl. They have got some great TVs in their little area, real comfy couches. Yeah. I've actually watched the Super Bowl from there before. And then also on Sunday from 1 to 3, if you're not doing the Super Bowl, you can go to Love is in the Air Valentine's Day Dance. This is at the 5th Avenue in Sequim. It's at 500 West Hendrickson Road, the assisted living community out there. So a Valentine's Day dance, cost is just $5. 1 to 3 o'clock at the 5th Avenue, 500 West Hendrickson Road. If you want more information on that, find out some details, you can go to thefifthavenue.com. There's a list of some stuff going on. Hopefully that'll keep you busy this weekend. But I think the big thing is the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
That's Sunday. It's happened so fast.
I know. You're not doing anything special, you said. Right?
I don't even know if I'm watching it.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not sure either. I've got a dinner I'm going to be doing.
And,
because the Super Bowl here is about 4 o'clock, or so by the time they actually kick the thing off, it's like
exactly.
So
exactly,
we may be doing our dinner in the middle of it all. But that's okay. Earlier today, we talked about some of that. So I had to reshare the little Super Bowl stupidity with the big Sunday game coming up. Mm-hmm. Americans going to spend on average $189 this year on the Super Bowl. That's per person, right? That's actually up from 124 last year. But this was the important thing. Valentine's Day is coming up as well. We're going to spend $25 more on the Super Bowl than an average American plans to spend on Valentine's Day. So
weird.
Priorities, right? It's okay.
So weird.
The food list, Google trends the most searched Super Bowl recipes. Shrimp scampi. We were all kind of going like, how
Shocked.
is that number one?
I don't want to go to that party.
Yeah. Then chili, then meatloaf. Meatloaf just seems like not a party dish.
It's not at all.
I don't get
in
that.
any sense.
And I don't know, are they just going by the dates? It just happens to be Super Bowl week, so these are the things that are recipes being looked up.
You don't know what they correlate with.
Meatball is after that. I could see that. Then sliders, I get that. Sloppy Joe's. I tell you what, Sloppy Joe's not the best party.
Well, especially if you're eating in your living room and you have light carpet.
I know. It's a party foul just waiting to happen right there. Yeah. Goulash, again.
I'm not going to that party either.
Yeah. Pizza dough. Okay, get that because somebody might be making their own pizza. Alfredo sauce and then cheesecake. See, I tend to think that these are just...
Okay, and did you say the Alfredo one is one of the most looked up ones? It was also like Alfredo week.
I know. So I think they're just taking the week and they're just looking recipes that are being Googled.
They need to add the word Super Bowl to that.
Yeah, Super Bowl party, something like that.
Super Bowl food.
Right. Okay, and we talked about the booze, right? And most people would think... and this makes it... Now, again, this doesn't mean these are the number one things we're drinking. These are the things people are searching for.
They need to type... It needs to be Super Bowl drinks.
Right. Manhattan was number one. And I kind of get that because those are kind of popular right now.
They are. They are.
Then a Shirley Temple, followed by a Sidecar, Sex on the Beach, Roy Rogers. So we got two for the kids.
Right, exactly.
Not
Sex on the Beach.
Sorry, yeah. Screwdriver, Grasshopper, The Painkiller, a Cosmopolitan, and a John Daly. And earlier today we were going, I don't
What's
even
a John
know John
Daly?
Daly, but anyway. And then there was the a quarter of Americans are betting on the Super Bowl. Another poll, it sounds like men are a lot more likely to bet than women. And the Midwest is the region of the U.S. least likely to bet.
I believe that.
And it's also a young people's thing. 48% of Gen Zers say they're not putting any money on the game. So you could flip that around and say 52% are.
Right.
Poll, right.
Exactly.
Compared to 94% of baby boomers are not betting on the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's strange a little bit. I mean, I like it.
Yeah. And as I mentioned earlier, 14% of Americans admit they have zero understanding of football. And many of those will be at a Super Bowl party.
They
this
will,
year.
because it's a trendy thing to do. I don't know. My mom's so familiar with the terms and the plays in
well, she's
in
a big
football.
Fan. She's a
yeah,
football
but she
fan.
just became a fan in the last 10 years. She will go to basketball games, that her granddaughter is a superstar of, and she will yell touchdown and fumble.
At a basketball game?
Yeah, the fouls are fumbles, and the points, the shots, the hoops are touchdowns. Patty. I love you, Mom.
All right.
It's cute.
Let's take a break. We're going to come back. Let's give away some pizza when we get back on the Girl Friday show right after this.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously. But as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
The Straight 102.1 FM proud to present platinum-selling country singer and hit songwriter Jamie O'Neal live at Field Arts and Events Hall Friday, March 22nd. Back-to-back #1 songs with There Is No Arizona and When I Think About Angels. With multiple hits that followed, Jamie caught fire and started racking up the awards like ACMs and Billboard Awards, along with multiple Grammy nominations. So get your tickets now for Jamie O'Neal live at the gorgeous Field Arts and Events Hall, downtown Port Angeles. You can buy your tickets online at fieldhallevents.org or by calling the box office 360-477-4679. Jamie O'Neal, part of the Straight Country Series. Brought to you by The Straight, 102.1 FM, a Radio Pacific Inc. station.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at mda.org today.
All right, we are back with the Girl and a Boy Friday show today. We'll promise to be back to normal tomorrow, next week.
I love how you call yourself a boy, because I was nice and I said a girl and a guy. You're a girl and a boy.
Whatever. Well, girl, boy. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yes, it is.
Right, yeah. And it is Pizza Day today, National Pizza Day today. And we've been teasing you all day that we're giving away pizzas.
And we, as a staff, just devoured 3 pizzas and some wings from our friends at Pizza Hut. They were nice enough to donate.
Well, they'll be generating the pizzas too. But,
they will when you order them. I have got 6 free large pizzas here from Pizza Hut. I'm going to give them away in packs of 2 so you can have a little party. So 2 at a time. So we have 3 prizes. I've got 3 trivia questions. So we're going to start with one right now. You're going to call in. This is live. You're going to call in your answer, 457-1450. And I'm not going to do multiple choice unless, I have them here, but unless it ends up taking too long, I'm just going to ask the question. So the first question today for 2 free pizzas from Pizza Hut is... the classic Hawaiian pizza, which features tomato sauce, cheese, ham, and pineapple, was invented where?
Oh, I know this one.
Where did it first come from?
360-457-1450. Call us now.
The classic Hawaiian pizza was first invented where?
All right, we got the phones lighting up. All right, you're first. What's your guess?
Hawaii?
You would think so, but it's not.
No.
Thank you.
All right, next caller. Hi, welcome to a contest.
Hi there, Canada.
You are right. Good job. Do you know where in Canada, by chance?
I'm going to say Vancouver.
Nope, Toronto.
Ontario.
Ontario.
Toronto, Ontario. Duh.
Yeah.
And it was
Same country.
Yes, it was. And it's in 1962. Who's this?
Ward Dunscombe.
Hi, Ward. How are you?
I am just marvelous. How are you guys?
Oh, good. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, all right, Ward. Stop on down. We've got put your name on a couple of certificates to get a couple of pizzas, all right?
That'll be great. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks Ward. Ward, a loyal listener out there. I love
it. I miss Ward.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. We got that one. Somebody knew it. Yeah, let's do another one.
Yep.
Okay, I like this one because I didn't know it. Which of the following condiments is common for the Japanese to put on their pizza? The options are ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, relish. Which one is common for Japanese to put on their pizza?
So list that off again. The Japanese are commonly put
ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, or relish.
Mm-hmm. All right, what do you think? Okay, let's go. Right here first. Hi, what's your guess?
Mayonnaise.
Good job. You got it. That was an easy one.
Great.
Who's this?
This is Tad Price.
Todd Price?
Tad Price.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
we
Tad.
got your name down here on a pair of certificates. Come by and pick them up, okay?
Thanks so much, you guys.
All right, thanks, Tad. That was it. That was one of those ones where I think it was so almost gross. That
they were all, but here's the thing. I did that because they're all so gross. I really was like, meh, it's just a toss-up. It's an equal toss-up for me.
I used to put ketchup on my spaghetti.
Because
it was like I wanted it
more tomatoey.
Enhance the tomato sauce.
What about, is it normal for ketchup on scrambled eggs?
That's the only way I eat them.
That was the only way as a kid I would eat it. That or with sour cream.
I always eat, I love my ketchup on my scrambled eggs.
You're one of those people. Yeah. Ketchup on anything.
I will put them on fried eggs sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I mix with a little fried potatoes and chop it all up. That sounds good.
Okay, let's do another one. Another pair?
All right. Let's do one a little more difficult. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay. There is one here that says, what percentage of Americans who actually eat pizza eat it at least once a month? We'll take it somewhere in a 5% range because I looked up some different answers.
Don't give them. Let's make them have to pick the percentage.
What percentage of Americans who actually eat pizza eat it at least once a month? What percentage?
What percentage of Americans who eat pizza at least once a month? Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go.
457-1450.
Hi, what's your guess?
50%?
No, it's not. I will tell you it's higher.
Okay, higher than that. Hi, what's your guess?
Hi, 93%.
Good job. That is exact.
Somebody may have looked that up.
You might have looked that up. Who is this? Who's this?
Did we lose?
Are you there?
They may have hung up.
Well, we have a winner. You can call back and we'll get your name.
I might know who it is because I recognize the voice, and I saw the. I think that was Tammy Matthews. So we'll put your name on.
We're going to put your
stop on by and
put your name on there.
Yeah, there you go. Because I may or may not have hit the button. I'm not sure. You just disappeared on it.
Tammy, your pizza is waiting for you down here, and we're going to be here till about 4 today. If anybody wants to get them.
All right. See how easy that was? You thought,
it was
we
fast.
will give them away.
It was really fast. And you know what the nice thing is? I mentioned this. If anybody can get down here today, you've got some pizzas for your Pizza Bowl Super Bowl party.
Yeah, get here before 4 though.
Yeah, before 4. I did say that.
Yep.
And just so you know, today, which was going to be one of my questions, but you talked so much about Super Bowl, I didn't want to make it too easy. Today, this weekend, Super Bowl Sunday is the most pizzas called in on a holiday. Well, it's not really a holiday, but the highest day of the year.
It's the highest pizza day of the year.
Pizza ordering. Right.
I've got some more Pizza Day stats for you. 0% of Americans have never eat pizza, by the way.
0%?
Yep. Absolutely never. Okay, so here you go. Domino's alone expects to sell around 2 million pizzas for the Super Bowl. You mentioned it being the highest. Super Bowl is the highest pizza day of the year. That is 30% more than a normal Sunday for Domino's. They say the most popular topping will be pepperoni. Once again.
Yes,
yep.
It is.
Wings are a popular Super Bowl option, too. Buffalo Wild Wings says they'll sell about 11 million, making it their biggest wing day of the year.
Wow.
Yeah, I get that. Now, some of us don't plan to order anything, though. A new poll found 1 in 4 Super Bowl viewers will order food. 57% will just make some stuff at home. And 14% don't plan to eat anything during the game.
Well, they're missing lunch or dinner then.
Okay. Back to the pizza now, because we just kind of mixed that in. with it.
Yeah.
Grubhub says cheese pizza sees a bigger bump in sales than any other food during the Super Bowl.
I bet.
Up 624% just for a plain cheese pizza. And boneless wings are next at a 615% increase on the Super Bowl. We buy 17% more slices per order on Super Bowl Sunday compared to an average pizza purchase. A 2023 poll found our 5 favorite toppings. Pepperoni, sausage, extra cheese, mushrooms, and then chicken. Pineapple now 6th most popular among Americans. Least favorite topping?
Anchovies.
You got it, yeah. And jalapenos are a distant second least favorite. Eggplant, broccoli round out the top 5.
Yeah, I can see that.
73% of us eat pizza at least a few times a month. Only 3% said once a year at most. And as I mentioned, 0% in the poll said they never or will ever eat pizza.
Those weirdos.
19% of us don't eat the crust. Do you eat the crust? The edge?
It's my favorite
the
part.
The edge part? Yeah, okay.
Especially on a thick crust pizza.
Yeah, okay. Thin crust is our favorite type now here in America. 20% of us prefer our pizza in squares.
No.
I accidentally I placed an order with Domino's online, this is a number of weeks ago. I didn't realize that they give you that option, and it defaulted to square cut, and it showed up, and I went, "Wait a minute, what happened to my pizza?" I was still the same size.
Sure,
but, yeah.
sure.
Here you go. 11% usually eat their pizza with a knife and a fork.
Just look that up.
Yep. Our favorite things to dip pizza in: marinara, garlic butter, and ranch. I know you do the ranch.
Ranch is number 1 for me.
But 12% like hot sauce. Dip it in hot sauce. 10% say put barbecue sauce with it, and 10% dip it in ketchup.
That's you.
7% said pizza with mayonnaise is good. So they're with the Japanese. Yeah. A couple more for you, and we'll be done. A new poll by the vegan cheese brand Daiya, I think is how that's pronounced, found that 91% of Americans think it shouldn't count as pizza unless there's some kind of cheese on there.
I'm going to have to agree.
Yeah. But the vegan cheese counts.
Yeah, of course.
Right, yeah.
Of course.
And then finally, USA Today did a big roundup of National Pizza Day deals. Nothing too crazy this year, but Fridays are always a big day for pizza, averaging 5.2 million orders nationwide.
Wow.
For pizza. There you go.
That's crazy.
All right. Little combo of pizza and Super Bowl.
Pizza is very popular.
Speaking of food, we're going to take a break. We're going to talk with Chef Michael when we come back right after this.
Your enjoyment starts now with all the colors of the season at everyone's favorite haven, Airport Garden Center. Airport Garden Center opened for business in 1977 as a pet, plant, and feed store by Eldora and Floyd Matthews. The family-run operations continue as Betsy and Mark Matthews lovingly run the business to this day. Their family provides your family quality service and products for a fun pet and child-friendly shopping atmosphere. Looking for a special, unique gift? Airport Garden Center is proud to support locally sourced items like Full Moon Candles and Pacific Rain Shadow Farms handcrafted soap. and Miss B Apiary Honey. And we love helping you plan each season by offering monthly special savings. Go to airportgarden.biz for current specials, or just stop on by the store on Edgewood Drive. Airport Garden Center. Planting knowledge. Growing gardeners since 1977.
For the Washington State News Network, I'm Rob Francis. Representative Skylar Root of Walla Walla, the ranking Republican on the House Education Committee, gained bipartisan support for the legislation to include financial education as a graduation requirement for high school students.
Methods of interest calculation affect borrowing costs, decide the most effective loan options for paying for a car, illustrate the total cost of reducing a credit card balance to zero with minimum payments versus above minimum payments.
Root said development of curriculum and the new graduation requirement was a team effort involving education professionals and community members. A Grant County man hospitalized from a shooting in Moses Lake. The Moses Lake Police Department said it happened around 6:15 p.m. Wednesday outside of a restaurant where 23-year-old Alberto Orozco shot a 42-year-old man during a verbal altercation. Police spokesperson Jeff Sursley said it appears the two men knew each other.
I believe it's a domestic type problem, a family problem.
Orozco was arrested on charges of assault with a deadly weapon and booked into the Grant County Jail. And Republican Congresswoman Kathy McMorris Rogers will not run for re-election. In an announcement Thursday, she said, quote, "After much prayer and reflection, I've decided the time has come to serve the people of Eastern Washington in new ways." She has served the 5th District in the House since 2004 and is currently one of just 2 Washington State Republicans in Congress. For more on these stories and others, download the WSNN mobile app. You can also visit our website, washingtonstatenews.net.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Highs level off around 48 this afternoon under overcast skies. Winds out of the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. 38 tonight, cloudy skies expected. Overcast tomorrow. Slight chance for isolated showers. High temperatures reach up to 47. Isolated rain showers likely Sunday and Monday with highs in the upper 40s. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently 46.
Welcome back to the Girl Friday Show. One guy plus a girl. And we are here with our show sponsor. On the line, we have Chef Michael from Kokopelli Grill. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good, Steph. How are you?
I am here, and we miss you. I think it's time to have you back on the show.
Yeah, we're going to have to get him in studio
We
again.
need him in again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even need the food. You don't even have to bring food. We just want to see you.
Yeah, I can't help myself.
Well, you do own a restaurant or two.
All right, Mike, you're back open and rolling, and what's going on down at the restaurant now?
Well, a couple exciting things. Starting next week, Cook and Line will be open 7 days a week instead of just 5.
Okay.
Noon till 8, 9-ish.
Okay, that's good.
Kokopelli's lunch will start off again. We're shooting for last weekend of this month, February, or the first week in March. 7 days a week. We'll have lunch service again. We're getting pretty well staffed up, so we're really grateful to bring lunch back to Kokopelli.
Everybody
Excellent.
is.
Excellent. Now, of course, people are looking at the calendar, and Valentine's Day's looming. What you got special for Valentine's Day going on?
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. You want me to talk about that?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you should, Mike.
Okay, we're doing some Jamestown Jade's oysters with a pomegranate mignonette. So in the half shell fresh, little petite oysters. We're doing something we haven't done in a long time, which goes way back to my French cooking background. We used to run it pretty regularly. Shrimp and scallops in croûte, which it's sherry Gruyere, garlic cream sauce with jumbo scallops in it, and then one huge 4 or 5 ounce shrimp.
Oh my goodness!
Prawn. They're these giant prawns. We're doing those prawns in a couple things. We're also doing a seared, and that's an appetizer, the croûte. We're doing a seared jumbo prawn scallop risotto with a champagne beurre blanc, wild mushrooms, leeks, shallots, and garlic, bomb diddy. And so we're kind of in a prawn mode.
I can see that. It's a prawny sort of Valentine's Day coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and these prawns are literally huge.
Yep.
You know, they're almost as big as your palm.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
We're doing a filet mignon and jumbo prawn, so 6-ounce center cut tenderloin. And we're broiling the prawns for that, serving them with a bone marrow butter on top of the filet mignon.
Mm.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, no kidding. my mouth is watering. That's why I'm not talking to you.
Stuttering.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then because we got these huge, beautiful prawns, we're doing just a prawn dish as well. So 6 giant prawns, and we marinate them and finish them on the grill. And we're serving that with a champagne risotto. And then the people that just want the beef, we're just doing an 8-ounce filet mignon center cut with the bone marrow compound butter as well. So
delicious. All of that is delicious. I'll take one of each.
Yeah, and then to top it off, it was so popular last Valentine's. We're doing it again. My head baker guy, Richard, we're doing this red velvet cake with a Bavarian cream sauce and fresh strawberries.
Wow.
And that's a nice red theme for the Valentine's Day stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you pull the menu down off Facebook, Twitter, whatever, we put all this stuff everywhere. I've got everything paired with my favorite wines. So
okay. So you get the full meal deal when you do the Valentine's Day. Yeah, you got it. Now, reservations are a must. You still got room, I'm assuming? Yeah?
Yeah, we're already about 70% booked up. I've got some early reservations and some late reservations. Between 5:30 and 7 are pretty much gone at this point.
Okay.
But if you can come in a little earlier or a little bit later, we've got some spots available.
All right, so probably best to give the restaurant a call, eh?
Yeah, call us or go to cocapelli-grill.com. Almost everybody are just 2 people, although we do have a couple big tables coming in.
Okay.
And you'll see what's available. If you want me to try to squeeze you in, call me and talk really nice to me, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Aww.
I've seen you do that before, Michael. I have.
You got an in. You got an in if you know Mike.
All right, busy times. What a delicious menu for Valentine's Day coming up, and and it's great to have you back up and rolling. And you last week talked about all of the cool kind of things you added and took advantage of while you were shut down for that month for cleanup too. So people should stop in and see the place if nothing else.
Right, and just so you know, besides our usual really cool fresh sheet, this weekend, which includes bacon-wrapped scallops and seafood bouillabaisse and Muscovy duck breast, on Saturday we're also I'm smoking a whole prime rib for that night. So
wow. Okay, so now it's solved. You got to come in this weekend, and then you got to come back on Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Hey, Michael, it's great. This is my favorite thing when I have to fill in for Amanda. I get to talk to you. It's about the only time I do anymore. So thanks for indulging me.
You betcha. Love you guys.
All right.
Thanks, Michael, too.
You too. Absolutely, Michael. Chef Michael McQuay there from Cocapelli Grill and Hook and Line downtown, our big sponsor here on the Grill Friday show. And oh my gosh, does he have a menu this weekend and for Valentine's Day ready to go?
I've been there for Valentine's Day at some point. It was a very long time ago, but he has done nothing but just set the bar higher and higher every year.
He knocks it out of the park.
I know he does.
All right. Let's talk about these delicious drinks we've got from our other sponsor here on this Friday show.
Yeah, let's do it. We had some specials for a few weeks, which are still going on, because when I talk about these, you might wonder, oh no, did the Wonka drinks go away? They did not. They are still there. She has got 6 different Wonka specials. The Golden Ticket, Oompa Loompa Spritzer, Violet's Blueberry Pie, Chocolate River Mocha, Everlasting Gobstopper Spritzer, which I have to mention this, it's got Pop Rocks in it. If you are a kid of the 80s, you know. Are they even still around regularly?
Not regularly.
Okay.
You kind of got to go to a specialty store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this one has Pop Rocks in it. You got to try it. Willy Wonka's Matcha is on there. So all those specials are still available. But this weekend, they are doing the Valentine's Day specials. So Todd, you have got cherry chocolate mocha. How do you feel about it?
It's very good. I told you it's like eating it's like drinking a cherry cordial, more or less.
Just like that.
Except
just warm and liquid.
Yep.
That's
just missing the booze, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You could add a shot of booze in there if you really want.
You could, but it's pretty good just that way.
It is. It's on its own. And this is called a cherry bomb mocha. So if you go and you want to order what Todd's got, just tell him you want a cherry bomb mocha. And what I have, my Valentine's special, it's called Last Rose Fog. It is a tea. It's an Earl Grey tea, and it is wonderful. It has soy milk in it, and it is absolutely fantastic. So whenever there's a tea option, they always give me the tea to try. It's delicious. So go see our friends at Fogtown this weekend, or all the way up through Wednesday if you want to try one of the Valentine's Day specials. If you've never been there before, they are located at 1105 East Front Street, right in the corner of Front and Chambers. Open 6 to 5 Monday through Saturday, 7 to 4 on Sundays. Of course, you can find them on Facebook. And I do have some exciting news to announce. I told Rose I was going to announce this, and I am. I'll give you more details coming up. But in 1 month from today, do you realize it's 1 month from today?
Oh.
I just put you in a panic. Yeah. The dark cloud is looming. The dark cloud that is the home show, no, it's not. And we just have a lot of preparations.
Yeah. It's just getting close.
It's getting so close.
Oh my God, did we get it done?
Yeah, it's barely 30 days away. Anyway, Rose from Fogtown and the crew will not only be outside in their trailer where they've been the last few years at the show with all their goodies, they will also be inside manning concessions. She has taken over concessions.
Oh, so goodies inside too.
All kinds of great food inside. So we're super excited to have Rose from Fogtown there. They are going to be our food go-to people at the home show this year. So make sure you come up and see them.
And that said, we'll take a moment to say we have just a few booths still available. So if you have a business out there,
very few,
and you want to be in front of the biggest marketing event of this time of year,
call me.
Give us a call right now, 360-457-1450. We can get you squeezed into the home show, but we don't want you to miss out. If
We're
you're
not
thinking about it, get off the schneid 30 days T-minus 30.
From today. And really, truly, we're not just saying this. There are a few booths left.
Right. So give us a call if you want to get you or your business or whatever.
Organization.
Anything like that. We can get you set up. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with more. We're going to talk with Gloria Gaynor. I earlier this week had a chance to talk down with the I Will Survive woman herself because she has a little special Galentine's Day thing coming up next week. So we'll chat about that when we come back right after this.
Fogtown Coffee in Port Angeles is Wonka headquarters with some drinks that will have you yelling.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Try Charlie's Golden Ticket Breve with nutty notes, or an Oompa Loompa Spritzer with a citrus twist, Violet's Blueberry Pie Latte, the Chocolate River Mocha, and Willy Wonka's Matcha will delight your senses. And don't forget the everlasting Gobstopper Spritzer that's decked out with Pop Rocks. Fogtown Coffee is open 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 7 to 4 on Sundays.
Sensitive to dust, mold, or allergens? Breathe easier at McCrory Carpet One thanks to their Healthier Living installation system that features cleaner installation practices. Their HEPA vacuum system removes the old dust, and a Heathenex antimicrobial treatment is used before they install your new floor. If it's new carpeting in your home, they include their hypoallergenic premium cushion that inhibits the growth of mold and mildew. Best of all, there's no extra charge for this healthier install. Only at McCrory Carpet One.
We're for Washington. We love Febrez's new scent. Refresh and energize.
So much we made a song about it.
I can't escape this feeling inside. Refresh and energize. It's a mood. It's a vibe. Breathing for the first time. So free, so alive. Breathe happy Febreze. Smells like paradise. Breathe happy Febreze.
Hey, Mark, remember, getting help from Progressive is so easy. You can use the mobile app, chat with us online, or call us.
And you pick now to tell me.
I couldn't miss Little Grace's ballet recital. Oh, thanks for inviting me, by the way.
Did I?
Because you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I can use the mobile app if I need help. Sorry, you're in my wife's seat, though.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. Tell Grace she nailed her chassé.
Get the help you need from Progressive with our mobile app, online chat, or over the phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
If you only have a 401k, you're not getting the most for retirement.
Wait, what?
Add a Robinhood IRA on top, then they'll boost it by 3%.
You can do that?
And if you transfer in any retirement account, you get 3% on top of that.
Is there a limit to the match?
No limit. Robinhood Gold gets you the biggest contribution match of any IRA on the market. Sign up for Robinhood Gold at Robinhood.com/boost by April 30th. Subscription fees apply.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires gold for 1 year from first match. Must keep IRA for 5 years. Match on transfers subject to additional terms and conditions. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC.
Welcome back to the Girl Friday Show one more time. I'm Steph. I'm here with Todd, one girl and a guy. Thanks for being here, Todd.
Oh, yeah.
Not leaving me alone to be the only girl.
Yeah, you know, we do what we got to do around here.
Oh, boy. So we've got an interview.
Yeah, I had earlier this week a chance to sit down with Gloria Gaynor, you know her from I Will Survive.
That is like one of the most
anthem,
iconic songs.
And a lot of people don't realize that, I mean, she's had a really trying, to say the least, life where she had basically a broken back at one point. She had some addiction issues. Wow. She had an awful divorce. She came back, and so she's lived this anthem. And with that, there is a movie that's coming out, but it's a one-day only in theaters, limited release on Galentine's Day, February 13th, which is a documentary with Gloria Gaynor.
Really cool. How old is she now?
I think she's 70, mid-70s.
Mid-70s, I was going to say.
Perhaps.
Wow.
So anyway, sat down earlier and we talked a bit with Gloria Gaynor, and let's take a listen. In this segment, in celebration of what has come to be known as Galentine's Day, Fathom Events presenting Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. It's a story about the extraordinary life of two-time Grammy-winning artist Gloria Gaynor and a global legend that she has become as well. It's in theaters nationwide for just one night only. That's coming up February 13th. The film explores the challenges and triumphs that shaped Gaynor's illustrious career, and of course, we know her most famously for the song I Will Survive. And I had a chance to sit down earlier with Gloria Gaynor and talk just a bit about her career. I guess the first question I have for you, you've got this anthem of I Will Survive, and that's really a lot of kind of where your life has gone in some ways. But looking back, what did you think about those days back then? Did you ever think that song would become what it was?
Well, I wasn't sure what it would become, but I was certain that anyone who heard it, I really believe that anyone who heard it would relate to any situation or circumstances that they happen to be going through that seemed insurmountable, and yet they hoped they would survive. Because when I recorded it, before I even recorded it, when I first heard the lyrics, I was in a back brace, having had surgery on my spine, and was hoping that I would survive that.
Absolutely. How did you find that song? How did it come to you?
Well, I had been sent to the record company to record another song that the president of the company had chosen. And when I asked the producers what would be the B-side, they gave me the lyrics to I Will Survive.
How about that? And the rest is history, as they say, right? Tell us about, when you hear that song play now in various venues. I'm amazed at, young people love to hear it. Older people love to hear it. People like me who grew up with it still love to hear it. It's kind of amazing, isn't it?
It is. It is incredible. It really is.
So tell us about this one night event with the movie that's coming out. And this really is a chance for us to see a bit more about Gloria Gaynor.
Well, it's a chance to see a lot more about me because I am really sharing pretty much most of my life, at least from the time that of my divorce, and I'm sharing the making of my gospel album, testimony, and the difficulties in my marriage and my life and in my career. So people will learn quite a bit more about me, but what I hope they learn most of all is how I have not allowed the difficult times in my life to define me, but have allowed them to help me to grow and become a better person and hopefully the best version of myself that I can possibly be.
Well, certainly you have relived I Will Survive, and quite frankly, a lot later in life, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's been a journey, and it's been a wonderful journey. Of course, when you're going through the difficult times, it doesn't seem so hot, but but when you see how much you have grown and learned from those things, I often say, people say, those things make you who you are, and I agree with that. Except that I always think if you're going to go from New York to California, you don't need to go by way of New York to L.A. You don't need to go by way of California.
Very good. Tell us about your evolution as an artist. I mean, you mentioned you've been very successful, not only with the song that we're talking about here, but you've gone into gospel. You're doing some other things as well. Take us through that a little bit about how you evolved.
Well, gospel music is something that I wanted to do for many years. I wanted to do a gospel album or several gospel albums, and my previous management did not want me to do that because he thought that I wouldn't make it in that music. I wouldn't make any money, and that was his primary concern, the money that would be made, whereas I was concerned about ministry. But I allowed him to be in control because he was my husband, and I really believed that he knew what he was doing, that he knew best, and I allowed him to do, to handle it all. And it wasn't until after my divorce that I was able to begin to steer my own ship and determine my own path.
And you did all right with it, too, because we should let folks know in 2020 you won a Grammy for doing your gospel work.
Yes, I mean, that was something that I'd been asking him about for years, wanting to do that. And he kept saying, well, wait until we win a Grammy, and then we'll do that. And but as God would have it, we didn't win the Grammy until we did do it.
How about that? Now, let's talk, too, because Grammys just passed, but you are doing some work as well, doing some co-writing with some folks that were up there on the stage just last night.
Yes, I'm doing writing with several great writers who have written for Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift, Meghan Trainor, Dolly Parton, and more.
Tell us about that part of your career. Do you get because writing is kind of a different thing than performing.
Well, it is completely different, and I've written different type of creativity, and I've written many, many songs over the years, none of which have done anything. But I mean, I think they're great songs, but you got to get other people to think they're great. And I've recorded a few songs on albums, but they were never released as singles. As a matter of fact, when the label on which I spent most of my career released very little, promoted nothing, and so people can't buy what they don't know about. So there's probably a lot of hidden treasures on those albums that only my biggest fans know about. But such is the industry.
It sounds like with this, maybe we're going to see a little bit more Gloria Gaynor on those co-writes, though, because it sounds like you're going to get hooked up with some people that are going to get the word out that, hey, you're a writer as well. All right, before we run out of time, what do you want folks to get from watching this movie? What would you hope they leave a theater feeling?
I hope they leave the theater feeling uplifted, inspired, encouraged, and empowered to not let the difficult times in their lives define them, but help them to grow into the best version of themselves that they can possibly be.
Well put. Gloria Gaynor, We Will Survive. All right. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you so much.
Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive, a journey of faith, hope, and a magnificent second act.
The disco legend is on the big screen, and it's one night only, February 13th at theaters across the nation. Just do a quick search, Gloria Gaynor movie online. You can find a place nearby, and it will also come out later on streaming services as well.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature-Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature-Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature-Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
When something happens to your car, you might say, but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I